champ is in the house.
Yeah.
The champ is in the house. We have none other today with us. 4-time champion jockey at Caymanas Park. Sir Emelio Rodriquez. OD. You want to hear that again? OD. That's no ordinary honor. That's the 6th highest honor. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Man. Welcome, and appreciate this interview.
Not a problem.
Yeah, man. Appreciate.
Respect.
Yeah, so we're going to start from the beginning all the way through his career. A very long career. Very, very long career.
And fruitful.
And fruitful. Not just long, but fruitful. There you go.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're going to start from which parish you originate, you hail from?
I'm from Kingston.
Right.
Specifically through Clovelly Road.
Right.
That is Clovelly Gardens. That is downtown Kingston.
Right.
I attend Old Family Primary School, and then I graduated from Old Family to Holy Trinity. And from there, you know, my mother moved out of the area.
Right.
So we, you know, through here, we never had a lot of money. You know, my mother, you know, we have to wait, and then we should find a job, she have to move in that area.
Right.
To keep our 8 children. My mother, it's 8 of us.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So my mother, you know, take care of us.
Right.
So we moved from there. So we moved to Barbican, Papine. I was living in Papine one time, and we moved to East Road, that is Redford Road, and East Road, that is after Waltham.
Right.
So I started to attend Coburn Garden School, and there I met up with, you know, some friends like Derek Ranjit and Donovan Lindo. So they decided to go become apprentice at Caymanas Park. You know, Ranjit asked me if I want to come.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell him, said, no, I have to ask my mother first. So, you know, went and asked my mom, and she approved it and said, if it's that I want, you know, I can go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked Ranjit how I find Caymanas Park, and, you know,
right.
He told me, you know, say just walk on the train line from out of 3 miles.
Right.
You know, Coburn Garden is close to 3 miles.
Right.
That school in that right around that area. So I walk on the train line, and I end up, this is a Saturday. Mm-hmm. So I end up at Caymanas Park, and I saw my first race. I got a touch of, you know, a taste of the horses, them galloping up past me. Right. I hear the thunder of their feet.
Right.
You know, passing me, you know, so after races, I went to the stable, and, you know, and there's a groom features, Fitzgerald Williams, I think his name is, mm-hmm. You know, so, he's a groom, so yeah, him asked me, you know, I asked him if he need an apprentice. He said, just wait until the trainer soon comes. The trainer name was Williams too.
Williams too?
Yeah, A.E. Williams, but, you know.
Oh.
But it's not Billy Williams.
Not Billy Williams.
Not Billy Williams. This is a guy named Sam Chimbley. So he took me home and, you know, introduced him to my mother. And my mother, you know, said, as long as I'm going to school, she will allow me.
Right.
So he said, there's a school close by, Gregory Park, all age. So I attended Gregory, he got me into Gregory Park, so I attended Gregory Park all age school.
Right.
So, you know, there my career started.
And what year is we talking about?
This is about 1966, 67.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yes. But there now I become apprentice there with Mr. William, Sam Chimbley, right. Call him his pet name. So after Sam loses our system, I went to Kenneth Dwyer in the same stable.
Right.
So I've been there with Kenneth Roy for a while, and then move on to Cato Peng. That's a different trainer in the same barn.
Right.
So there I kind of learn to ride. The grooms them take care of me from I became a spot. The grooms them kind of get a liking to me. They say I was a willing little apprentice, so they put me up on horses and teach me how to ride.
So you have like 3 apprentice master.
2 apprentice masters at that time.
At that time, right.
But I went around the other side of the barn,
right,
where Fish Crawford were.
Wow.
And I become my Fish Crawford apprentice me, and
right.
I become an apprentice jockey at that time.
Yeah, at that time, we didn't have any riding school at that time.
No, we didn't have the riding school. So have the apprentice masters, who go to the jockey club and apprentice them when they think they can ride. And then they go to the starting gate, and then with trainers like Bill Williams or Gonzalez or jockeys like Arthur Jones, Donald Andrade, Kenneth Mattis, to see you break out the starting gates. And then after they see you break out the starting gate, and they said, well, it broke out good.
Right.
They pass you. I say you're a full apprentice now.
Right. So what are some of the challenges you face as an apprentice when you just start the thing?
Well, the challenge is to get the ride.
Get the ride.
That's the bottom line. Get the ride. The trainers them will, like you and give you the ride.
Right.
That is the challenge, and you have to work very hard. You're an apprentice. You have to work twice as hard as the bigger jockeys.
Right.
To see if you can achieve a mount. And in those days, there's a lot of competition. Well, the apprentice master who apprentice you, they're really obligated to give you a chance because of their your apprentice,
right,
master. So they give you all the ride where they can do for you. To get you up in the highlight.
Right. It help them look a certain way to buy if they put out a good apprentice. That's what you're saying?
Well, it helped them because I think they get a percentage out of it at that time.
Okay.
So the more ride you ride, they get a percentage.
Right.
I think so. I don't remember still. I'm not certain, but
right.
I get more of that. But there's Billy Williams, who had Mikey Dixon and Linton Calder. But I get 1 or 2 rides from him as well. But,
right.
The apprentice master mostly look out for their apprentice.
Right.
More than anything.
More than another apprentice. Right. So who are some of the famous names you can remember that were, amongst the apprentice them at that time?
Well, there's when I start with Fritz Crawford, George Hudson came after, as an apprentice.
Right.
We stay there, we learn to ride around by Fritz Crawford. He's a good apprentice master, show you all the ropes and show you, how to, sit on a horse and, because the usually have to, tell us you must stay 6 inches off your saddle. Your bottom must about 6 inches off the saddle.
Right.
When they can't turn the horses. When they're ready to ride the horse, it's much easier to get over your horse and ride them.
Right.
But I remember, George, when we were coming along, George, him wasn't fully learned learn to ride yet, as yet.
Yeah, never ready as yet.
Yeah, never ready as yet. Prince Master usually take up some stone and have a carrying back the horses to the starting gate, to the stable. I mean, not the starting gate, the stable. And You got to take up some pebble stone and hit George in its back. Bend your back. You must bend your back. So those things that those things it made me look
Cruel,
whatever.
but it
But
helped.
it helped George a lot.
Right.
And when we go to the stable now, then we have a long bench. We'll put this after we finish stable. We have a long bench. So I put one side there and one. I said, "Come, George, you have to bend your back."
Right.
I show him how to bend him back, and
Right. So you helped George in some of in the beginning in some of his career. Then
yes, so we will look out for one horse together.
Okay.
George family the owner horse in the stable named Django.
Right.
And I usually look after both of us. Usually look after Django. So that is from the grassroots. You must know where we're coming from the grassroots.
Mm-hmm.
And grow up. But I don't know. I knew George from George was a little boy, just like me. Didn't know anything about horses or anything.
Right.
About 3, 4, 5 years of age. His mother usually have a party shop beside where he was living.
Right.
And I usually go over there and she usually give a party. But I see the little China boy, the kids them running up and down. Didn't know say fate would carry us back together. And fate has brought us back together because George grew up in the same area as me.
Right.
He was on Victoria, East Queen Street, in that surrounding area. Till they moved to Vineyard Town.
Right.
So.
Right. And you have other family member that would get involved in
yes, after I started riding my little brother Orion, get an instinct. It's the same like the game, so he wanted to be an apprentice.
Right.
And I think he went over to Ren Gonzalez. Ren Gonzalez apprenticed him.
Okay.
He won a couple of races well,
Yeah.
He could ride too, so.
Mm-hmm. So I know you was a crowd favorite at Caymanas Park. Whenever time you ride, and I know you won numbers of races at Caymanas Park. You won all the stake races. I
win the majority of the stake races. All the big races, them Derby, Guineas, Oaks, Governor's Cup, St. Ledger, Benston and Edges.
Right.
I'm more or less having more of the stake races more than
right.
anything else.
So when you become a full-fledged jockey and start to do your thing, which jockey have the most competition from riding down there?
Well, they say, I tell you, it was George at the beginning, and George migrated. I broke my legs. Winston moved up in the ranks. So
that's Winston Griffiths.
Griffiths.
Yeah.
But all fairness to Winston, it was a rival for Jamaica at that time.
Right.
Jamaica, they love both of us.
Right.
They love the rivalry.
Yeah.
Between me and Winston. Right. It's like we are two politicians.
Right.
In the same arena. Competing. Cause you have a Winston fan, you have Bimbo fan, so
right.
It was that time was a beautiful time in horse racing.
Real competitive between me and Winston, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And at that time, Ozzy weren't around that time.
Yeah, Ozzy was around, but because after George left, I think Ozzy won the championship.
Right.
I broke my leg.
Right.
And I was second behind Georgie.
Oh yeah.
And I broke my legs, and then Ozzy take over, and then Winston.
Oh yeah. So what year did you leave Jamaica? And
I left Jamaica, I think it's 1984 for Alicus. not 84, about 86 for a little spin at the time.
Right.
I went to Florida. I went to the US, went to Florida, start right at Ilea first,
Right.
then I opened Calder,
Right.
and then I start right at Calder and I went a couple of races there.
Right.
Mm.
And you won your first. Isn't that stint you won your a stake race?
Yeah, that's that time I won a stake race with Fly. The Dolphin stake.
Right. Yeah. That's your first stake race in America.
That's my first stake race in America.
Right. And you ride for a number of Jamaican train during the time when you were.
Yeah, I ride for a couple of Jamaican trainer there. You know, I ride for Bobby Hayes, Rhapsody, Oyene Rees, Blake, Ronald Blake, and that was every Jamaican who trained at that time at Calder. I rode for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did at that time. You just spent what, like a year or?
Yeah, I spent about a year there. Then okay. I went back to
Jamaica.
To Jamaica.
Right. And ride for how long back?
So I rode for another 2 years, 3 years back in, about another 2 years in Jamaica.
Right. And then return to.
And then I migrate to New York.
Right.
And I start riding in New York.
Right. Yeah, it's a you won a stake race and Fly. Have you won any other stake race in America?
Yes, I won a stake race in Pimlico on a horse called Royal Descent.
Oh, yeah.
It was a pearl necklace.
Right. 5-6 on the front. They're at the top of the stretch. Christmas stockings trying to say something about Betty. Royal Descent with a real upset chance here. Third to the outside and keep on talking. Something about Betty's coming to grab the lead. Something about Betty. Royal Descent's running big on the outside, trying to gun down. Something about Betty. Chased a hot pace, looking for the final furlong. Something about Betty. Weary. Royal Descent on the outside. Royal Descent. Something about Betty digging back. 16th of a mile left to come. Royal Descent. 24 to 1. It's upset time in the pearl necklace.
So I won that race with Royal Descent. Won a lot of allowance races, big allowance races, and
Royal Descent that's 2006.
Yeah, that is in 2006.
24 to 1.
Yeah, it was a big price, right?
Yeah.
Light up the boat.
Right. And you rode us in Laurel Park?
Yeah, I rode horses, I went down to Laurel to ride some horses down there. I met up with Donovan, Donovan Arton is a good friend of mine. He was a jockey in Jamaica. He's training in Laurel now. He was at Bowie. His stable was at Bowie at that time.
Okay.
Before they closed down Bowie fully.
Right.
And I went over there and started working for Donovan, and Donovan gave me some rides, and I won a lot of races. Anyway, we ship out to one. Ship out to Delaware where shipped to even Pimlico, and I won a lot of races for Donovan. Donovan is a good trainer.
Donovan a good man,
Yeah, he's a good person as well.
Yeah.
And our pet name called him is Chucky, because it's small. It looks like Chucky. Donovan gonna kill me now. All right, Chucky.
Okay.
So I love Donovan.
Okay. Yeah, man, Donovan a good guy, friend of mine too. Yeah. Actually gave him my first interview,
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, first interview, good man.
Yeah. I hope you had get a lot of more interviews.
Yeah. All right. How much truck? I know you ride at a number of truck.
In the US.
In the US, yeah. You're probably not even gonna remember all of them.
Yeah, I ride on the East Coast. I ride a lot. I think I ride from Calder, Gulfstream, Ilea, Tampa, Colonial Down, come right up Maryland, Pimlico, Royal,
Right.
Delaware, Philadelphia, Finger Lakes,
Yeah.
Saratoga, Belmont, Aqueduct.
You count. I thought, well, you probably got about 15 already.
Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a lot of tracks.
Damn. So you won more than over 100 races in America, right?
Yeah, about that. Around that. I think I really
Yeah.
over 100 races.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But my favorite track is Delaware.
Delaware. Yep.
Every time I go to Delaware, I don't know why I feel luck there. Every time I go fly into Delaware, I win.
Yeah.
Every time.
Right. Your favorite track outside of Jamaica, outside of Jamaica.
Outside of Belmont, Belmont and Aqueduct is the cream of the crop.
Right.
Jamaica is my racetrack.
The Mecca.
That's the Mecca.
Yeah.
I can't give up my Jamaica.
So this is a two-part question I have to ask you. Who is your favorite rider in Jamaica?
My favorite rider is George Osang.
George Osang.
Yeah, and that's my apprentice brother.
Okay.
We're apprenticed together.
Right.
We rode on the same bike. George had a little 50.
Right.
Like a white under 50. So, after when we go get our apprentice license, George was the pilot.
Wow.
I'm still a pilot.
Right.
George was the pilot to take us to the Jockey Club that is in New Kingston, that is after Oxford Road area,
right?
Kensington Center, something like that.
Right.
So I went there and get our apprentice license.
Right. And me and him still bridging up to today.
Up to today,
from
then brother.
Until now, brother.
We are brothers.
Yeah. A lot of people, always hear a lot of people say you guys related like cousin or all of that.
No, we are not cousins. Right. We are coming from far. As I said before, I know George from a little China boy running up and down in his mother's shop.
Your brother from another mother.
He's my brother from another mother. And fate bring us back to Caymanas Park.
Right.
George usually attend Kingston College, and he left Kingston College. We are in the same area.
Mm-hmm.
And
favorite jockey in America?
Angel Cordero. When I came to America, Angel, him and Alan Skillcole was close friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Alan, introduced me to Angel, and him introduced me to Angel. Angel take me on his wing. Before I started winning race, sometime, when we are in a race, and his ass don't have any chance, my ass don't have any chance in the race, So both of us, he wait for me.
Right.
And we have to ride to the light. I can't remember. We ride to the light, and I always beating me. So when we come to the winning now, that's the first race I won at Aqueduct.
Right.
I beat Angel. I know he was gonna beat me.
Right.
I know he was gonna beat me. All the while I was beating him for the last and second to last. Right. Now he beat me for the wins. And then him say you're a good rider, but you lack one thing. And I said, what, Angel? What I lack? Him said, I want to have your heels down. Put your heels down, and you feel how tight you are in the saddle.
Right.
So Angel, I push my heels down and say, yes, Angel, it's really true. I feel much tighter in my saddle.
But that's no simple beat, to the guy who you beat on your first winner in America?
It's like that. He love to help people.
Okay.
He's not selfish in his craft.
Right.
If you have to beat him with what him teaching you,
right,
at least he pass it on to to a different generation of riders.
Right.
And him hope you pass it on down to
someone, yeah.
Someone. Well, I did pass it down to some of my students, all the students them, because the Racing Commission sent for me and gave me 2 batch of apprentice riders, so I passed it down.
You passed on to them.
Pass it down onto them. So
right.
And that's any riders, so
that's good.
Yeah, I pass it on to them.
Favorite trainer, Jamaica?
Well, I'm a lot of good trainers.
Yeah. Show your craft to set
I'm an apprentice.
I'm an apprentice.
The Racing Commission sent for me, to teach some of the younger.
Right. So that time you already stopped riding?
Yeah, I was finished riding at that time.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Them have the riding school now, so them need some guidance. I think George did it one time, Charles also did it a couple of times, So.
The first, you remember the first horse you win on in you won race on in Jamaica?
Yes, I rode Bright Star. That's my first winner. Yeah, for Billy Williams.
Billy Williams.
He had, as I say, he had his apprentice them, we look out for. But I usually work for him willing, make him rise, but him, straight up he told me, he said, Bimbo, I have my apprentice them, so I have to give them a chance.
Right.
So I said, no problem. You can throw me a 1 bone, or again him throw me a 1 bone.
Give me a winner.
They give me a winner.
Right.
It start me off.
Yeah.
But I get my first really break with the stable of Ren Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Ren Gonzalez, I was at Sabina Park. I'm a Kingstonian. I love cricket.
Right.
Sabina Park is right behind my backyard.
Right.
So I was over Sabina Park. So I went over there and I met Vin Edwards. And Vin Edwards went to Ren Gonzalez. He was assistant trainer to Ren Gonzalez. And he said to Gonzalez, I find the perfect rider for you.
Right.
So Ren must bring me in, Panamanian Jose Bravo was riding for Gonzalez at that time. And he just came out of my apprenticeship with a big trainer like Ren Gonzalez, with a big jockey like Ren Gonzalez, riding for a big trainer like Jose Bravo, riding for a trainer like Gonzalez. Me as apprentice, just coming out of my apprenticeship, to get out a jockey like that. It must be something they seen me. That's why they did that.
So why do you think you're such a crowd favorite at Caymanas Park? What do people love about you? Because you're one of the guys that the people cheer and love to see win races, and people talk about you every day.
Probably I'm a people person.
People person.
I never shun a punter from me or
as we were saying, the
pleasing.
Yeah.
I said, I'm a person. I'm a people person.
Right.
I'm a people person, and I reach out to people, and probably they gravitate to all of that things. So and my ability of riding horses, they like it, and if I have 3 rides and 3 of them people, like so say a win race.
Right.
And I love to win race.
Right.
So probably that, that's why they gravitate to me and they give me names like, chess.
Yeah. Bimbo.
Well, Bimbo is from before I start riding.
Oh, before you start riding.
Chess, Willie Carson, Lester Piggott, Jerry Skeleton used to call me Lester Piggott when I was apprentice.
Yeah.
Look at him. Of course, bad word in this, but he's always say F Lester Piggott.
Right.
Look at him. That's what Jerry Skeleton. Jerry Skeleton was an English trainer.
Right.
So they call me, and then in the end they call me the People's Champion. Mm-hmm. I didn't win no championship at that time when I got the name, but they always say I'm the People's Champion. You don't win a championship, but we're gonna label you. You are the People's Champion.
Yeah.
So.
And after that, you become 4-time champion.
Yeah, I become 4-time champion.
And I don't know if you want to elaborate on some of the struggles you go through with general public being a jockey and
in those days we go through a lot of political struggle.
Right.
In those days because you have the PNP, when the PNP in power,
right,
the PNP people them is at the track.
Right.
When the JLP is in power, the JLP people is at the track. I don't know why.
Right.
But it's like a political ball game for them.
And there were much a protection for you guys as a jockey at that time.
Not really a protection, There wasn't a protection because, they call it bad man, them usually come and say them demand horses from you, and if you lose them want back them money and
Right.
And I didn't join that.
Right.
If I go and give you a horse, I went and give you a horse, and I went in and said, if you win, fine. You keep your money. I don't want any of your money. But if you lose, I don't give back.
I don't give back. Right.
But sometimes they will win a race and I don't know if they're set race or set up race or something or whatever, they lose their money. And they bite on the next day also run second, so they want back money from me and all those things. And so I tell them, so I don't give back, them always want to fight me and
Right.
I have to keep running up and down from places to places,
Right.
So that were the days, Actually, they came to Caymanas, 2 gunmen came to Caymanas Park, and they kidnapped George Osang.
Right.
And they took him in the cane piece, and demand said they want to set race, and George must pull up horses for them.
For them to win.
And George. The next day, George was on the flight, leaving Jamaica.
That's it.
He went to Florida at that time, and and then he came back down for a little while, and the same thing started happening again, and George went to Canada, and that's it for him.
Right.
To make a career in Florida. Most of George clients was leaving still in those time, like Larry Silvera, Crosby Lim. They became a trainer. They went to Canada to train horses. George went up there. He had a foundation built in Canada for it. So he went. The first time George rode in Canada, he won. And I think the first year he won the championship.
Right.
So that was good for him.
Right. You consider yourself to be in the top 5 greatest rider that ever ride at Caymanas Park?
I think so. Just the the sheer knowing that out the mountain races I won, and the short space of time I won it.
Right.
And if I was riding the Jamaica straight, I probably would be the leading rider.
Right.
But you migrate.
Right, you'll keep leaving right.
So,
right. And
but
because Winston Griffiths is a leading rider, right? Right. And he stayed there right through.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So probably if I was do like Winston, I would be the leading rider.
Right.
I would be the leading rider in the Caribbean.
Right. So you see any Emelio Rodriquez at Caymanas Park in this from the setter guiding back from maybe Shane Ellis coming up
right,
to now?
Yeah. I tell you again, there's only one Muhammad Ali.
One Muhammad Ali.
There's only one Muhammad Ali, so there's only one Bimbo.
One Bimbo. Okay.
So, ain't everybody wanted, the pattern Bimbo style of riding.
Right.
As me, I pattern other jockey riding, because when I came there was a lot of good riders like Arthur Jones, Kenneth Mattis, Neville Coolsley, Gussie Douglas, G. Walker, E. Royal, and the Royal brothers that their other brother was riding. There's a lot of good riders there. I could name out riders where can go anywhere in the world and hold them own in that time. There's a lot of good riders there.
Right.
I look at Everton Royal, and I really adapt his style because I was like his style, and I like how him look at it on a horse. It's flat. He uses with less. He push, he more use him hands and and ride horses, and him, he look core him back was straight and everything was perfect.
Right. One thing I must ask you, because I know you have, for instance, like Percy Williams. Percy win on most of his horse maybe from the front. I notice a lot of your race, you win from the front, you come from behind sometimes. What the best? You like a front runner, you like to come from behind?
Yeah, I tell you, it's not really the horse you put in front. You want to break. First thing you want to break out of the start gate and hold a good position. If you're in front, it's fine, but it depends on the horse.
Right.
Because you have some horses don't like if you rush them.
They're not a leader.
They're not a leader.
Right.
They will just shut off on you. They will lead if you push them. They will lead.
Right.
But they're not going to give it a 100.
Right.
They're not going to give it a 100. And they will, they won't finish the race.
Yeah, but with your riding style, you prefer to come from behind. You prefer that get off that horse coming from behind, or you prefer a lead from the gate?
As I say, not really. If I have a leader, I want to lead.
Right.
If I have a horse where you have some horse where fast out of the starting gate, but if you leave them on the lead, they will quit on you.
Right.
So you have to get them out of the starting gate, and then you take them and position them.
Right.
You have to know your horse, read the farm, know what to do with your horse. You don't just come out and say, I love lead, so I want to lead.
Right.
Percy is light. Him have the riding the lightest horse in the race.
Right.
Because of so probably if him lead with that horse, him love lead with the horse. So.
Right.
But Percy will learn them ride horses from back too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but some horses, some jockey love lead, some jockey don't love. But depends on your horse you ride.
So So you're still involved in the sports, or still have an interest in the sports?
I definitely, I love to watch. I love to know what's going on, especially in Jamaica,
Right.
Cayman Park. You know, I follow Cayman Park a lot, and them sometimes some of the jockey will, call me, or some trainer will call me, when I'm a boss, and say talk to the rider for me,
Right.
and tell him what to do, because I have that kind of, like I said now, that kind of impact on trainers and riders. For instance, I want to give you a little instance. I was in Canada when I was training some horse. I was assistant trainer to Justin Dixon. I had some horses training for him in Canada. I was staying in an apartment with Simon Husband and Jana Jones. Jana Jones was riding the Queen's Plate, and he came to me and gave me the form and said, Bimbo, read this form and tell me how to ride this horse here.
Right.
So, I read the form, and I said, Jano, when I finished reading it, I called him. I said, Jano, your horse is a tough campaigner because he's an old horse, but him love up front too. Him loves, he's a leader too. So I said, Jano, listen, I don't want you to lead this out. Don't busy with nobody else in the race. There's 3-hour named Ginger Bro. She's shipping from America with Castellano. I said, this 3-hour Ginger Bro should come in from behind, and she's coming, so don't pay nobody no mind. I tell him how to ride the race, and he'll ride it exactly how I tell it to ride it. Right. And he won by a short hit. When Ginger Bro came a little bit too late.
Right.
And Johnny John won. Johnny John walk and tell the camera to the trainer the afternoon, and tell the trainer, said, this man tell me how to ride the horse because I want the race. He went to Barbados, they interview him. I think his Lance Whittaker interview him, and they told Lance Whittaker says, it's been my tell him how to ride the race.
Right.
So, the impact on jockeys,
you
always come to me, and,
Right.
and I want my opinion and my advice.
Right.
So
you literally ride the race for him.
Yeah, literally.
You're not, the only thing left for you to do was go on the horseback. Literally. Yeah. So,
yeah. Impact on some the jockeys and not Jana Jones alone, even Aaron Ryder, Aaron would come to me because I show Aaron how to ride the horse one day. Same like how I talked to Jana Jones and said, Aaron, this horse, you have to ride him one way. If you don't ride him this way, you won't have a chance. And tell him, sit down and listen to Aaron ride him exactly how I tell him. Aaron won the race. So after that, Aaron will come to me and ask me my advice, So that I have that impact. They know, they see me ride and they know my ability.
Right.
Yeah, of riding horses.
And you presently own a trainer's license, right?
Yes, I'm not presently have a trainer license, but because this game you have
to keep renewing it.
Renewing at all times. But I had my trainer license. I was assistant trainer to Joe Aquilino in New York.
Right.
I went to when the first time I came to New York, I was introduced to Joe Aquilino by a friend of mine, and Joe took me to the racing office. Joe paid for my license. Joe get agent for me, and Joe do everything for me when I just came to New York. New York.
Yeah.
So I stick with Joe all through the years till I became a assistant trainer till he died.
Right.
And I took over the horses then. From that, I was training the horses them for him.
Right.
And till through the trainer, the owners them, don't know me well. So,
right.
they take time move the horses them, and you know.
Right.
And some of them don't want to pay
Right.
their bills, you know. So
Right.
that is part of the game, you know. Some owners will give you a horse and don't want to pay the bill, and you have to come out of your pocket to pay the bill. So it didn't worth it. So
Yeah.
you know,
You just give it up.
so that's, you know,
Right.
give it up that way.
Well, I get to understand that you is a man of many talent, because you actually compose a song and produce it, right?
Yes, yes. I help write, you know, as I said, come back to Skill Code again.
Right.
Alan Skill Code is the first person introduced me to Bob Marley. That is from about 1970. You know, me and Bob Marley and Skill Code was, we
Yeah.
were trained together, and you know,
Yeah.
yeah. So you know, yeah. Bob was the lax them time. Him had soul here.
Right.
You know, with him alone have a car. Me and Skill didn't have a car, so he would have a little Lewis card. So anyway, see Skill Code, see Alan, and him, they will come to the track, and then they will wait for me after I finish working, and you know, jump in the car and you know, the travel. But on the beach, we go Beeson Street at the record store where I'm at Beeson Street, and we go Cane River, and we go beach, we go run on the beach and train, you know.
Right.
So after you know, me and him come from Safari, you know, Hardy died, and you know, said, you know, these guys came to me and you know, said they want to do a album for me. So I said, okay, no problem. So you know, say, listen to me. Me and Bob, a friend, had me to write a song for him for you know, tribute to him.
Yeah.
A tribute to him.
Right.
So you know, say, you know, send another Bob Marley, send another Bob Marley, send another Bob Marley. It done, so we just write around it.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you know, send another Bob Marley. So that's the song. And you know, I did a couple more songs, but you know,
And you
So,
actually produce it.
I am the producer.
Right.
With my label and everything. Champion Bimbo label,
Champion.
1983. That, you know.
Right. And you say you did couple more.
Yes, we did the album, but I didn't release. I released one more, but I didn't release the rest. And you know, I had an apartment in Jamaica, and you know, I came up, and someone broke in the apartment, and you know,
Yeah,
steal it, and it's everything gone.
Right.
So,
Right. All right. We've been over a number of things. I know your thing is not just here
I know.
to all the way there. We can stay here all day.
And all day. It's all day and all night.
But if there's anything that we left out that you want to talk about, I mean, you know,
Yeah,
feel free, you know.
I have 8 beautiful children and a lovely wife.
There you go.
You know.
Yeah,
You met her, you know.
yeah, I
so-
mean, yeah, very nice lady. Yeah.
Over 30 years we are an artist together.
Yeah.
So, her name is Maxine.
Yeah, that's a lifetime, 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how much boys?
I have 2 boys with her, and a girl.
No, in the 8 children, only 2 boys
No, 2 boys with her.
with her, right?
And I had previously I had 1 boy and 4 girls.
And 4 girls, okay. And none of the kids them don't interested in
No.
horse racing. Yeah.
No, they take after them grandfather.
Oh yeah.
My father is starting about my mother.
Yeah? Cause the name is a very interesting name. Cause Rodriquez is a Spanish name, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and you know, if to clear the air, you know, I hear little, rumors in Jamaica say, for the younger generation, said, He was not from Jamaica.
Right.
I would like to know, say, I'm a Jamaican. But my
Right.
father, mother is a Jamaican.
Right.
But he was born in Cuba.
Oh.
Because she was a rumba dancer. I don't know if the people nowadays knowing about rumba dancing.
Right.
You know, you wind up the waist and
Right.
you know, rumba. So she's a movie star rumba dancer from Jamaica. So she, Cuba was the spot in those days. So
Right.
she migrated to Cuba and she had him there. She brought him to Jamaica. So he grew up with his grandmother. That's my great grandmother.
Oh.
So
So that's how the name
that's
come
how
about.
the name came about. You know. So I'm a born Jamaican.
Born Jamaican, born and bred.
Born and bred Jamaican.
Yeah.
And I love my Jamaica.
Yeah, man, I know that, man, because I see you've been helping in a lot of things in Jamaica, you know.
Yeah, we're trying to see if we can do a foundation for the aftercare or system.
Right.
You know, see if we can get that going and Horseman Benevolent Foundation for to help the lesser grooms them way,
Right.
Unfortunately they drop out on the wayside and then didn't have anything
Right.
to fall back on.
Yeah, man, that's a good thing, man.
So I try to help them and see if they can get medication. Even the other day, one of them died in the stall, so we have to take care of him.
Wow.
So all of those things we have.
That's why the people them love you, man. You're a real man, man.
Yeah, we have to take care of
Yeah.
each other. They take care of me now. That's
Right.
there before,
Right.
When I came to the spot, the grooms them. I lived there for about 3.5 years before I arrived.
Right.
So the grooms them, and I didn't go back home.
Right.
I want to go back home for visit. And so the grooms them took care of me. So if I can,
If they
reach
can
out-
take care of you.
Yeah, if I can reach out to them now, even most of them died now, but it's still groomed them name.
Right.
So these grooms are coming up now. If I can take care of them, see way. That's one family.
One family.
Yeah, one horse family.
Yeah, man. I like see that, man. I like see that because sometimes people don't even remember the road they walk on. You understand?
That's true. That's true.
So I like
So
see that.
if you can help us, with that foundation,
Right.
we'll greatly appreciate any donation
Right. So
towards
if you want to,
our goals. It's we want to do a lot of things, but these things take a little time. So
so if they
we
want
have
to help,
a lot of things in the making.
if they want to help with the foundation, you have like an email or any where them can reach out to our.
Yes, we have a email, but I will let you know.
Alright, then I can
You
put
can
it
put it in. I will get the official numbers and anything.
Okay.
You can
Okay, yeah, and I can put it
put it down.
in the description. Yeah, yeah. All right, man. We appreciate every moment, and people remember, we need 1,000 subscribers. Please, please, please press the subscribe button. It don't take nothing.
I think you're gonna get more than 1,000
Yeah,
subscribers.
yeah, but if you need more video like this, you see the magnitude we're talking about. If you need more video like this, subscribe, that you know when they're coming. We have a lot more coming, but you got to help us to build the channel. Press the subscribe button. You don't pay to press it, trust me. Just press the subscribe button. Man, thanks for the interview, man. I appreciate it with a million.
Appreciate it.
Trust me.
Yeah, man.
Good man. Great man.
Great.
Great man.
Thanks.